What up? It's your boy Wall Street, and I'm back, ready to talk about some hoops. So thank you for tuning in today, ladies and gentlemen. I'm greatly appreciative of you tuning in to watch me, play some 2K and talk about basketball, because that's just what I do. And today, I want to talk about an NBA draft prospect that recently declared for the NBA draft, the 2025 NBA draft. A man by the name of Khaman Maluach, a South Sudanese basketball player who recently completed his freshman season at Duke University alongside Cooper Flagg and Con Kneppel. He is likely the tallest player that is going to go in the lottery. He stands at 7'2", and he has a wingspan of, I believe, 7'5", which seems a little light. I think it might be 7'6" or 7'7", but he's a big dude. This dude's he's a big motherfucking dude. Okay, so he's 250 pounds. He is declared for the draft. He's currently projected on Tankathon to go number 7 overall, which I believe would land him with the Toronto Raptors. Yes, the Raptors. And he is not even 19 years of age yet. He is still 18 years old. He does not turn 19 until September. He was born 2006. Oh my Lord, I am getting old. That is crazy. There are dudes getting drafted into the NBA that were born 2006. It's insane. So he went to NBA's Africa Basketball Academy, which is in Senegal. That's what's listed as his high school. I'm not really sure how that works. I guess maybe he went there to, I think the school they have there is like you do, school, but you also focus a lot on basketball. I think it's a recent project that they got going on there. So that's great. Love to see the NBA getting involved, overseas in other countries and getting, to spread the game, the game that we all love. But let's talk about what he recently did at Duke, right? So obviously they did not pull off, advancing to the championship. They did not beat the University of Houston. They blew a big lead, and unfortunately, it did not work out for the Blue Devils. But Khaman Maluach averaged 8.6 points per game this season, 6.6 rebounds, 1.3 blocks, shot 71.2% from the field, 76.6% from the free throw line, and 25% from three-point range. Played 39 games, 21.3 minutes per game. So let's talk about comps for this guy, right? So I've heard Rudy Gobert, I've heard Mitchell Robinson. I personally think he's kind of a little bit of both, right? Because Mitchell Robinson is a great interior defender, great rebounder, but he's not the best perimeter defender. He's a great shot blocker, obviously. He's not a great shooter, right? I think Khaman Maluach shooting 76% from the free throw line is wildly impressive, right? For a guy that's his size, and I don't think he started playing basketball until he was like 13 or 14 years old. So super impressive that he's got a good, handle on his shooting form and all that stuff. So I like the Rudy Gobert comparison as well. The size obviously matches up. They're both 7'2". And Rudy is a little bit better, on the perimeter, in terms of defense, getting out on switches and being able to hold his own a little bit more than Mitchell Robinson. I think Khaman Maluach is going to be similar. The thing that I've noted about Khaman is that he has a lot of mobility despite him being such a large human being. It's hard. It's relatively strange to see a guy who's 7'2", period, but to see a 7'2" guy move, like a guy who's 6 feet tall is even more, wild. And he's not that quick, right? But he's pretty quick for how big he is. So if he continues to improve on his agility and, keep up his, wild athleticism for his size, he's going to be a problem in the league. Like, he could very well be the best player to come out of this draft class if he continues to get better, right? Like, he just has to get better every single year, and he could be like a 20 and 15 type of guy. Like, I honestly think that, right? I think it'll be tough to get to that point, but I think that's like his ceiling, right? And if he does that, he's an all-star. Another comp people have thrown out is Mark Williams. I do think that's also a decent comp. I would love to see him kind of end up more like a Mark Williams as opposed to a Rudy Gobert or a Mitchell Robinson. I think Mark Williams puts a little bit more of an emphasis on being aggressive around the basket, especially with putbacks, and just, getting shots up that aren't just coming off of rebounds. So I think that would be a better comp for him to aim for, although right now I do believe he's more of a Mitchell Robinson or a Rudy Gobert type of player. He's very defensive oriented. Obviously, if you're picking this guy, it's to be an elite shot blocker from day one. It's to be a great rebounder from day one, just be an interior presence. And that's the thing, is that he has a very high ceiling, but at the same time, he's really got to improve, or else he's not going to be much of a producer in the NBA, right? Because, only 8.5 points per game in college. Obviously, he's on a team with Cooper Flagg, Con Kneppel. Tyrese Proctor was also putting up a decent amount of points, double-digit points throughout the season. So maybe he just wasn't getting the opportunity. And we've seen that before in college. There's guys that don't average a ton of points in college, and then they come into the league and they're just scoring like crazy. I mean, I think like Karl Anthony Towns was almost like that. I know when he was at Kentucky, he wasn't even really, producing like that. There was a big conversation whether or not Karl Anthony Towns was going to go number one or if it was going to be Jahlil Okafor. And obviously, the Timberwolves made the right choice picking Karl Anthony Towns, but yeah, he only averaged 10.3 points per game at Kentucky, playing 21 minutes a night. So, I think Karl Anthony Towns was still a little bit more skilled in college than Khaman Maluach is. But that's not to say that Khaman Maluach can't improve his game and become a more versatile, force in the league, right? He didn't shoot 0% from the three-point line, shot 25%. That was the same percentage Cat shot at Kentucky. So, if Khaman Maluach can extend his game and become, a shooter as well, be a pick and pop big as well as a guy that can roll to the basket and dunk on people, this guy's going to be unstoppable. So, like I said, he has potential to be the best player to come out of this draft class. Like, he could eventually be better than Cooper Flagg. It's all got to go right. He's got to get, a lot better in terms of his skill set, but the tools are there. And the fact that he's so mobile with being so big already, it's like, it really is like the skill set just has to come along, and he's going to be very difficult to stop. Like, extremely hard. He could be one of the most dominant players in the league. So he's got the tools. He's just got to make it happen. So come on, you got to get in the lab, keep working out, treat your body right, make sure you're getting rest, taking care of yourself. You want to have a long, active, special NBA career. And if you do all those things, man, you're gonna do just that. But as far as a comp right now, I think he's a Mitchell Robinson. I think he's a Rudy Gobert type of guy. I think he can evolve into a guy that's, putting up a lot of points. If he can develop a jump shot, it's gonna be scary, right? Because the stroke is there. Shooting 76% from the free throw line, the stroke is there, right? He's just got to be able to, be a little bit more fluid with it, and it's game over. It's game over. So that's all I got, guys. Let me know what you think about Khaman Maluach. Where do you think he's going to land in the draft? Who do you think his player comp is? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And as always, if you're not already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I got plenty more hoops content coming for you guys because I love doing this. Love you guys tuning in. Appreciate you a lot. Give me a like if you enjoyed the video. And I'm going to catch you later, man. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay up, stay humble. Handle business, stand on business. Peace out.